And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and it is Sunday, and you know what that means. It's time for weekly purchases, that time of the week where we investigate what came through the door via DHL, Amazon, UPS, United States Postal Service, FedEx, and of course, that old outlaw to the north, Waylon Jennings. It is weekly purchases, and special shout out to Waylon. I saw Waylon up north this week. Good to catch up with old good friend of the channel, Waylon Jennings, doing his thing up to the north. Oh, the north. Beautiful this time of year. But of course, it is weekly purchases and a big, big week of weekly purchases. At least 3 rounds of weekly purchases. A lot of stuff came through the door this week. A lot of fun stuff. A lot of interesting stuff as well. Stay tuned for that in the back half. But of course, we've got some housekeeping to hit at the beginning here. And of course, talking Patreon, the month of March. What is the giveaway? It is my brand new book, The Complete Guide to the Jakks Classic Superstars series by yours truly, available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Of course, we know all about the Chase variant hardcover edition at Barnes & Noble. I did do a video on this very YouTube channel explaining the process of the books, the pricing of the books, how much money I make off the books, everything under the sun about these books. I do explain it in that video. Of course, about 700 pages in here, as you guys do know. If you want an autographed copy for whatever reason, reach out to me on social media. Hit me up in my DM, stuff like that. We can work something out. And I do got a special bookmark for those that do order for me. So thank you guys and gals, especially the gals, on all the support out there on the book. A lot of fun, of course, putting that together. And this week, I was on the old book promotion tour. I was on the Fig Night podcast. I was also on Open Mic with Marco on both those shows this week. Hopefully you guys check those out. Next week, Jeremy Padower, good friend of the channel, him and I will have a joint interview with the Fightful Select. So check out that one. I've been on their show a couple of times. Going to be back for a return visit. This time, Jeremy in tow, so that should be a fun one. You guys can get your questions in for all that one. So a lot of fun book promotion there. The book tour rages on. We'll see where we go from there. Shout out to everybody that's had me on their shows. If you got some other shows out there that you think might suit me, reach out and maybe we can work something out. There's also a real fun interview coming, I think in April, they said, with collectibles.com. That should be a big one as well. So I'll talk about that when that day does come. And speaking about things that are coming very soon, the 4-year anniversary of this very YouTube channel is next weekend. So 4 years. It feels like an eternity some days. Feels like we're just starting another day. But it's been 4 years here on this very YouTube channel. So a little celebration next week. Not quite 5 years, but 4 years is a good achievement, I would say, right there. And then let's speak about Whatnot. Yes, Whatnot. But no, Whatnot, some of you guys may or may not be familiar with Whatnot. I did put a link in the description of this very video. You can kind of go through that with my link there. But I am working with Whatnot, and I will have a couple of shows coming very soon. Much more on that, maybe next weekend. But I will be having a couple of live streams over there. We'll be able to chat it up, talk about whatever. I will also sell some items over there on Whatnot, and I'm going to do some giveaways and special guests right here with me at the table as we do the Whatnot. Maybe a couple of surprise guests coming in, maybe even flying in. You never know where these people might be coming from, but some special guests to make it a little bit extra special. So stay tuned. Much more on that. The Whatnot train rolls on. Sure, why not? There it is. And then, of course, let's get down to it. What happened on the channels this week? A lot of videos this week. A lot of fun stuff this week. Always like to run this down because so many people miss videos. Every day I get a message from somebody, when are you going to do this? Did it 4 days ago. Did it 3 days ago. Did it a week ago. Did it 2 years ago. Whatever it may be. Every single day somewhere somebody reaches out to me about that. But this week, of course, Tuesday Tradition, Jakks Classic Superstars, means even more with the book out right now. We did do 39,000 followers exclusive entrance greats, WWE Mattel entrance greats top 10. Dangerously close to 40,000 subscribers. Got a fun one already in the can for that one. Stay tuned. We're dangerously close, once again, to 40,000 subscribers. We did the Stone Cold Steve Austin Monday Night War unboxing. We did the WWE Superstar Series 9 Kane figure. We unboxed that this week. The brand new Ringside Collectible exclusive Blood and Guts 2-pack. We unboxed those. The Heart Foundation. Thank you to Mattel for sending me an early copy of that Heart Foundation. We did unbox that on the channel this week. I did order more of those. Fingers crossed I do get a black one. We'll see what happens there. Did a throwback John Cena Ruthless Aggression figure this week on the channel. The brand new Hot Dog Tan Hulk Hogan NWO Ultimate figure. We unboxed that this week. X-Men 97 set rankings. We did that one for Series 2. We did a Book 101. I mentioned it at the top. I did tell you guys how the sausage was made in creating that book. Check out that video if you want to. Brand new Simpsons Super 7s. We unboxed Hey Scorpio, Krusty the Clown, Bartman, and of course Duffman. We unboxed all those this week on the channel. One of the funnest lines there is. So sad that line is coming to an end. Mondo Collectibles, we dove into Disco Skeletor. Oh, I put on my BG shirt and we went to work. Disco Skeletor looking good. Unboxed the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We were truly blinded by science. If you watch that video, you know what that's about. Professor Perry 2-pack Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. A cool one, G.I. Joe Classified Series. We got the Clutch and Vamp. Always love a good vehicle, and we did unbox that this week on the channel as well. Then a little bit of Todd McFarlane from the couch over there on Kyle Peterson 2.0. We did Bizarro Batzarro 2-pack, Crisis on Infinite Earth, 3 videos to make out that wave from, of course, Todd McFarlane's very own web store. Aquaman, a little head swap, a little of this, a little bit of that, a little shenanigans. Aquaman from the latest movie, we unboxed that this week. Batman, The New Adventures, 2 videos from that this week. And then, of course, Leatherhead in our Turtle Tuesday. Every single Tuesday over there, we've been unboxing Super 7 Ultimate Editions. Maybe a couple more months of those, and we might turn our attention to Gargoyles or maybe Mythic Legions. We'll see what we're up to with that. Stay tuned for there. But a lot of content on the channel, and of course, we always kind of crown off the week with the figure hunt for the week. The Hot on the Hunt Monday Night Wars toy hunt. Check out that figure hunt video if you did miss that one. So a lot of stuff going on the channel as usual. Every single day, 4 videos for everybody to check out. Appreciate all the positive support on the book, on the channel, everything else. Thank you to everyone. But now we turn our attention to the question of the week. All right, the question of the week comes from Gavinator 2024. Good day, Kyle. Are you from Australia? Shout out to Australia. As we know, there is only one real Ultimate faction to have ever existed in the wrestling world, the NWO. Maybe. But if you organized a faction, heel or face, what would you call it, and who would be a member in your faction? Keep up the great work. Well, to me, the greatest faction ever was at Survivor Series, I believe 1990 back in the day, and that would be my all-time faction. It would just be called the Warriors. You got the Road Warriors, a.k.a. the Legion of Doom. You got the modern-day Warrior, Kerry Von Erich, the Texas Tornado, and you got the Ultimate Warrior, an amazing team. My little kid brain was just blown to smithereens. Immediately blown. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It was just too much for me to handle on pay-per-view as a little kid. That was my Ultimate faction. It couldn't get better than that. I guess if you wanted to create more members, you could throw Sting in there. You could throw Demolition. It could be the Brothers in Paint. I don't know. You know me. I'm a sucker for face paint. But man, oh man, what a faction. An all-timer of a faction. Another cool faction goes back to my playing days. This is just kind of me rambling here. But back to the Hasbro days. Back to the old Hasbro WWF figures. I always had a lot of fun with the Head Shrinkers and Giant Gonzalez and Jimmy Snuka. They kind of had this team together with Giant Gonzalez being the big man, the Head Shrinkers, the tag team, and then Snuka around the Intercontinental title. It was kind of like an Islanders team, even though Giant Gonzalez is not necessarily an Islander. But I always thought that was an amazing faction that I came up with as a kid in my playing days. And I had a lot of fun with that team back in the day. So I would have loved to see something like that. I think the rest of that team could have hung and hid around Giant Gonzalez and kind of kept him a little bit more special. I don't know, maybe Harvey Whippleman could have been their manager for the whole team. Would have been something cool, something different, so I always thought that would have been pretty cool. But there it is. That is the question of the week. And if you have a question to be question of the week, put it in the comments of this very video, and you too could be question of the week next week in the 4-year anniversary special of weekly purchases. So there it is, question of the week. Now we got to get down to it. Get down to the weekly purchases. All right, time to get down to the weekly purchases. Like I said, a lot of stuff through the door this week. Looking at maybe 3 rounds of weekly purchases. So let's cut a rug. Let's get after it. Let's start it on the St. Patrick's Day weekly purchases. I'm going to start off hot with Stone Cold Steve Austin, Monday Night Wars. Already unboxed this on the channel, as you guys do know. Same thing, Blood and Guts, Darby Allin, Brody King. Unboxed it already on the channel. Got both these through the doors this week. Of course, Hollywood Hulk Hogan, NWO Hot Dog Tan Edition. Got him through the door this week as well. And then, of course, you can't have him without Charlotte Flair. Of course, both these available on Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. Got Charlotte right there. And then I talked about this earlier, Mattel Creations for sale right now. Chance at a Chase Black one. I got the blues, but we do got blacks available, supposedly. It is the Heart Foundation Mattel Creations exclusive. Shout out to the Heart Foundation there. And then I couldn't resist. I wanted one of these mint on card. It's on sale at Target as we speak right now. It is the Hulk Hogan 3-pack here, 40th anniversary of Hulkamania. Had to pick this one up. Maybe get this autographed one day. I think it would be great to get this autographed. We'll see if that's ever in the cards for me, but absolutely do love that. Looking very good right there. And we're not done. We got a little bit more wrestling here. Superstar Series 9. You know I'm a Double Up Club member. Got my Kane for the Mint on Card collection. Still looking for Bulldog and Ali. Still need to find 2 more Andre the Giants from that disaster breakage that I had on the channel. Oh, don't remind me about that. Hard times is what that one was. We continue on with a little He-Man action, cartoon collection, Teela. We unboxed this a couple weeks back on the channel. Now I finally got my Mint on Card edition. So we got Teela through the door this week. And the cartoon collection rages on with a little Merman and Stratos. So look for these two in a video future on the channel. Maybe this week. We'll see what happens there. But Merman and Stratos looking pretty good. 2 old-time favorites of mine in my collecting days, no doubt about it. And then via Super 7 this week, got something very, very cool. I did get the big Android Krang. So this will be interesting. I've never unboxed one of these. I've wanted to buy the creature from the Black Lagoon version of the cyborg creature thing. But this looks pretty good, and I think this might go very well with the Super 7 Ultimate Editions. Of course, we know about the Ultimate Edition Super 7 figures. We've been unboxing them every single Tuesday on the channel. That's my plan, to display that with these. We'll see how it ends up working out. But the big Android Krang looking very, very nice through the door this week. So there's round 1. Now we transition to round number 2. All right, time for round number 2, and it looks like I said 3 rounds of weekly purchases this week, but we continue on with a little G.I. Joe this week. How about old Airborne here? One that kind of slipped under the radar a little bit. Airborne through the door this week via DJC Collectibles, in stock over there. Picked him up. Picked up X-Men Angel as well from DJC Collectibles. Use code 8OFFDJC to save 8% off your entire order. Got to get a deal out there. Got Angel through the door as I build my mountain of figures right here. And then the big one, we unboxed it Friday on the channel. It is Clutch and the Vamp. I'm here for Clutch. I'm here for Vamp. Looking very good. A fun one. Check out that review if you did miss that one on the channel, of course. But we carry on with a little bit more sales action this week. Target, big toy sale this week. I think this was $14.98. A little of that long game paid off. Did pick up this Iron Man Tony Stark right there. Also grabbed this one from Ringside Collectibles this week as well. Some AEW Unrivaled stands. So I grabbed those this week. And then I was at Target, and I didn't even know there was a Platinum edition to this one. I guess kind of under the radar for me, and maybe you as well. It is Spawn the Disruptor, so I picked up this one. Very interesting difference between his last one, no doubt about it. So I picked up the Disruptor this week, looking pretty good. And then, of course, the sale at Target continued. Grabbed Batwing for $11.99. Got to get a deal all day long. I love a good cheap McFarlane figure, Todd. I love it when they're cheap and on clearance. That's when I really do my best work. Looking good right there with old Batwing. And then through the door, I think I ordered this on Tuesday, and it was at my doorstep on Friday morning. Pretty cool there. Snout Spout, Masters of the Universe Revelation, new Eternia. Looking amazing. Can't wait to dive into this one for sure. Very, very cool to get Snout Spout that quick. And then another cheap one I got from Amazon for $14. I said I didn't really want this figure, but it's the only one I'm missing to complete the Build-A-Figure. So I said I'm pulling the trigger. $14.99 on Amazon. Got old Wally West in the collection right here. So we'll unbox him and we'll build the Build-A-Figure in the same video. Stay tuned for that on Kyle Peterson 2.0. And then we did get another one this week from DJC Collectibles. I got the Platinum Edition Catwoman. How about that? Looking pretty good right there, I do say. And then we're not done. More DJC Collectibles goodness this week. We got the Scarlet Spider, old Ben Reilly, an all-time favorite of mine. Loved Ben Reilly when I was a kid. We got the updated Tombstone. Looks to be an improvement over the last version of Tombstone, of course. Hallows Eve, another one I don't know, but definitely looks interesting, especially for the Halloween season. Not St. Patrick's Day. We're talking Halloween right here today, I guess. Then we got Last Stand Spider-Man. I guess he's going to take his last stand right here in his like hoodie going on. So good for him taking stand. Taking a stand. You got to take a stand for something sometimes. We got Jack-O-Lantern returning to the line as well. Looking cool with his flying disc there. And then we got the old Spider Shot, a character I'm not too familiar with either there. So a lot of Marvel goodness. It's been a little quiet on the Marvel front. A lot of stuff to unbox here in the next week or so. But there it is. That's round number 2. We got one big round left. Round number 3. All right, we bring home round number 3, and like a young creator, shout out to the German thrash metal legends creator, we are Legion, and that's what we are here today with Mythic Legions, the new Poxus wave, and a few other odds and ends. So pretty Legion heavy this week on the channel. As you can see, I'm not even going to try to list and pronounce these guys' names, but this guy, this big dragon guy, this big blue dragon guy, I've been wanting him since PowerCon last year, so very excited to get him out of in the package, I guess, and soon to be out of the package here, but got him through the door this week, looking very, very cool. Of course, got this big old brute as well. And like I said, I'm not going to even try to pronounce these guys' names. I'm terrible at it. Absolutely terrible. Tharnog right there. Ah, shout out to Tharnog. Anybody out there named Tharnog? Anybody know anybody named Tharnog out there? Be interested to hear about that. Then we got Azhazar. Looking good. Looking very demonic as well. Looking scary. Nightmare Fuel, maybe. I believe this is straight up Poxus right here. Isn't that who this is? Yep, this is Poxus. The ringleader of the wave, I guess we'll call him right there. And you can't have a Poxus without his horse, of course. And a horse, of course. We got the Poxus horse right there, looking extra good. And we're not done. We got another big brute guy. We got a genie. Yes, that's like a genie. Who knows? Looking good there as well. A little genie action. And we're not done. We got a few sorcerers. I'm not a big sorcerer guy or a wizard guy either, but we got some. We got some wizards. Wizards joining the party right here. 1 wizard, 2 wizards, 3 wizard, and a female wizard. Why not? 4 wizards this week from Mythic Legions right there. Looking around, we got 2 left. I believe this is the retailer exclusive. What was this guy's name? Blue Hagnon. Oh, the old Blue Hagnon. You know me, I'm a sucker for a translucent figure at the end of the day. It's exactly what he ends up being. And then I got that Legion Con exclusive, the Valiant Knight, through the door as well. So a lot of Legion stuff. I got 2 big boxes of Mythic Legion figures over there I have still yet to unbox. As this point is, I'm pretty much a min on card collector of Mythic Legions. We'll see if one of these days I can finally get around to unboxing some of these. Maybe a weekly Mythic Legions video on Kyle Peterson 2.0. I don't know, maybe we'll do a week or 2 of Mythic Legions over there. We'll figure something out somewhere along the way, but a lot of stuff to get through this week. A very busy week, a little bit busier than I assumed it would be, and that's kind of the way it goes from time to time. Sometimes you got a slow week, sometimes you got a busy week. It seems like few and far between in the middle, but it is what it is. But what did you pick up this week? Any big weekly purchases for you? Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, you got to tell me what you got this week. Yeah, you got something good. Let me know in the comments. Of course, don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell, as we got videos every single day on this YouTube channel and my other YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to both of those. And don't forget to check out the Patreon for early access to both channel videos. Monthly Q&As over there, pizza reviews, dog stuff, you name it. It's all going on over the Patreon channel. Patreon, the best way to support this very YouTube channel. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And then don't forget Amazon and Barnes & Noble for the exclusive hardcover complete guide to the Jakks Class Superstar series by yours truly. Like I said, about 700 pages of classic superstars goodness. Thank you, everybody, for the support. And if you want an autographed copy, you know where to find me. SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. So for another weekly purchases, you know what I'm doing. Rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling my way into another work week.